For decades, people have spent countless hours and millions of dollars on devices, steams, and scrubs designed to do one specific thing: force their pores to open up and snap shut. But all of this effort is biologically impossible. Pores do not contain muscles. They are completely fixed structural tunnels. Their only job is acting as a pathway, moving sebum, your skin's natural oil, from the sebaceous gland up to the surface. This brings up an obvious question. If these tunnels are rigid and physically cannot expand or contract on command, why do they appear so much larger and deeper on oily skin? The answer has nothing to do with muscle manipulation. We are actually looking at two completely different phenomena at play: physical blockages within the skin and optical tricks on the surface. The first issue happens deep inside the actual hardware of the skin. On oily skin types, the constant flow of natural oil frequently mixes with dead skin cells before it can exit. This creates a thick, sticky buildup. Dermatologists call the resulting pressure the sebum wedge effect. As this mixture accumulates, it sits inside the rigid walls of the pore and presses outward, physically stretching the circular opening at the top. The natural instinct is to get close to the mirror and squeeze that blockage out, assuming the pore will instantly snap back to its normal size once it's empty. But doing so triggers a condition known as pore fatigue. When you apply sideways pressure, you create micro tears in the follicle wall and the surrounding tissue. Once torn, the pore loses its structural integrity. It can no longer hold its tight shape, leaving the opening permanently gaped and misshapen. Ultimately, trying to force a pore to shrink through manual extraction actually ensures it stays stretched for good. Even if the tunnel itself is completely clear and undamaged, oily skin can still make pores look massive from the outside. This happens through the optical shadow effect. A slick layer of reflective sebum coats the skin's surface. When light hits this shiny layer, the edges of the pore glow brightly, while casting the inside of the hole into deep black contrast. The human eye misinterprets this sharp contrast. Because of the heavy shadow, your brain perceives the tunnel as twice as wide and twice as deep as its actual physical dimensions. This optical illusion is why so many people believe splashing cold water or washing their face instantly shrinks their pores. The cleanser and the water don't change the physical hardware of the skin. They simply strip away the reflective surface oil, which kills the contrast. The pores haven't contracted at all. The lighting trick has just been turned off. There is one final reason pores appear to enlarge over time, and it leads to the widespread myth that pores actively grow as we get older. Every pore is surrounded by collagen and elastin. Think of this matrix as a pore corset, holding the tunnel tightly. But UV exposure acts as a slow solvent, breaking down the fibers over years. This loosens the corset, causing the pore to visibly sag. Dermatologists refer to the resulting visual effect on the skin's surface as an uneven orange peel texture. The pore didn't grow. The internal support system holding it together simply collapsed. Once you stop treating pores like muscles that can be bullied into submission, you can actually manage how they look by making educated choices at the pharmacy counter. Step 1 is clearing the tunnel from the inside out. Instead of physical force, use a chemical exfoliant like BHA or salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is an oil-soluble ingredient that penetrates the pore to dissolve the sebum wedge without tearing the surrounding tissue. Step 2 is removing the optical shadow. A thorough, consistent cleansing routine gently strips away that reflective surface shine and kills the high-contrast illusion. Finally, you protect the internal structure. Applying a broad-spectrum SPF every single day defends the collagen pore corset from UV degradation. When we respect pores as the fixed structural tunnels they are, oily skin stops being a frustrating mystery and becomes a predictable, manageable system.